Mamafox Books Storytime Saturdays. I'm children's author Phoebe Fox, and today we're going to be reading a book called
The Bat Book. Afraid of a bat? What's up with that?
This was written by Conrad Storad and illustrated by Nate and Tristan Jensen. Are you ready to learn all about bats? Let's go!
Bats are not scary. Under a bridge in Texas lives a bat. In fact, more than 1 million bats live under that bridge. I am just one of them. I am Little Boy Bat. Keep it simple. Just call me LB. My name in human language is almost impossible to say. It would sound something like squeak if your ears could hear it at all. No worries, Conrad is a pretty good translator of bat talk, and Nate is a great artist. Together, they will make the squiggles and symbols and pictures on the pages of this book to help tell you my story. Right off the bat, the first thing I have to say is very, very important. Are you ready to listen? Here it is. Bats are not scary. Are you afraid of bats? If so, what's up with that? We are so misunderstood. Did you understand me? Once again, it's easy to remember. Bats are not scary. My mom and dad thought it was a great idea for me to write this book for you and other humans. I want to help you better understand bats like me, so keep reading. Please, don't be afraid of bats. We are mammals just like you, but bats are the only mammal that can fly. Pretty cool, don't you think? I'm not bragging, but bats are some of the most important animals in the world. There are more than 1,300 different kinds of bats, probably lots more than that. Bats live in almost every habitat on planet Earth. Well, not in the Arctic or in Antarctica. It's too dang cold in both of those places. We live in caves, under cliffs, and bridges, and the eaves of roofs. Many of my forest cousins like to hang out in trees. Bats like to live together. Our family group is called a colony. Some bat colonies include millions of bats. Lots of bat colonies are quite famous. For example, I live under the Congress Avenue Bridge in Austin, Texas, with my family and more than 1 million cousins. Texas is home to many famous bat colonies. Bracken Cave is located just outside of San Antonio, Texas. That cave is home to the largest known bat colony on Earth. As many as 15 million bats live there. In the spring, it can be even more than that when the new pups are born. Of course, there are other famous bat colonies. Many of my cousins live at Kartchner Caverns in Arizona. Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico is home to a big colony of bats. Bats live in every state in America. Bats come in all shapes and sizes. Some of us are tiny, others are quite large. Bats have cool names, too. There are bulldog bats and hog-nosed bats, painted bats and mouse-tailed bats. There are flying foxes and thumbless bats. Some have short tails, others have long tails. Some have long tongues, and others have long noses. There are big brown bats and little brown bats. And yes, there are vampire bats. Me, I'm a Mexican free-tailed bat. Before you turn the page, bats are not scary. Keep reading. This is not a scary story.
Mama, today by the bridge, some human kids made me mad. They were afraid of me, Mama. That made me feel sad. They said bats are all monsters and that we should be feared. They said all bats were ugly. They said we were weird. I'm not a monster. Those kids called me that. I'm not scary at all. I'm just a little boy bat. Some people get scared, said Mama, especially of things in the dark. Perhaps you can help them. Let's talk tonight in the park. When sunset arrived, the sky darkened from blue. Then from under the bridge, 1 million bats flew. The tornado of bats whirled and drew gasps from the crowd. Bats twirled high in the air, filled the sky like a cloud. LB was one bat in that swarm. He flew searching for treats. His goal was insects and moths and tasty skeeters to eat. The bats gobbled their supper. LB ate bugs by the dozens. He zoomed through the night, played bat tag with his cousins. Then Mama Bat flew in close, pointed to trees down below. Time to talk, little boy bat. There are things you should know. Some humans are wrong about bats. Think we build nests in their hair. They say we're all blind and have rabies. They are taught to beware. What if I make them a book? LB asked. Yes, that's what I can do. I'll tell them the facts, explain things that aren't true. I'll make a book about bats, tell what I know of our kind. I'll write words and draw pictures. I'll leave it for them to find. That's a fabulous idea, said Mama. I can help if you like. So will your dad. Remember to ask your grandpa and grandma for help too. They know lots about the history of our family and our kind. Little boy bat went right to work. He thought about the mean things the human kids by the bridge had said about bats. He was determined to teach them some facts. Hey humans, take a look. These are fun facts to see. Don't be jealous or scared. Read and learn more about me. Bats have lived on this planet for millions of years. There are small bats and big bats. Some bats have really big ears. Step 1. Gather information. It's true bats can fly, which no other mammal can do. Our wings are our hands. Yes, we're different than you. Bats are not blind. No, we surely are not. Bats have eyes just like you, but that's not all that we've got. From our mouth and our nose, we make high-pitched sounds. The sounds help bats see when we're flying around. Step 2, write and rewrite. Bats aren't out much in daytime. We're not fond of the sun. We do our best work at night. We eat bugs by the ton. Step 3, studies and drawings. Some bats sip nectar, spread pollen as they go. Their work is important. They help other plants grow. Some bats do drink blood. Yes, that story is true. They bite animals and birds. They've no interest in you. Step 4, paint final artwork. Bats eat moths and mosquitoes. Some think fish are quite nice. Many bats eat fruit. Some big bats eat mice. My Gramps is 14 years old. My, think of that. Not too old for a human, but real old for a bat. Step 5, bind the book. How fast do bats fly? How big do bats grow? Go do some research. There's a lot more to know. Just one more thing to remember as I finish this scrawl. Bats are not scary. No, we're not scary at all. Step 6, share. I hope you enjoyed listening to the Bat Book. If you like this channel, please subscribe and I'll see you for the next Storytime Saturday.